Welcome back to E-Bike Reviewer, where we go deep into the wild world of electric bikes. Today, we've got a monster on two wheels, the Motor Goat V3. And I gotta say, we're huge fans of Goat Power as a brand. They consistently deliver bikes that hit hard on power and speed, and the Motor Goat V3 is no exception. This bike is loud in presence, quiet in sound, and built to stir up the street. Now, right out of the gate, here's what you're working with. 2,000 watt direct drive hub motor that peaks at 3,000 watts. 60 volt, 25 amp hour Samsung battery, but get this, it charges up to 71.4 volts. A 50 amp controller, hydraulic 4-piston brakes, dual suspension, mag wheels, and a full LED lighting system, all rolling on 20 by 4.5 inch fat street tires. MSRP is around $2,750, but it's often on sale, and for what you get, that price is seriously competitive. So what makes this thing so special? Let's take it out and ride. All right, time to test what really matters, the Motor Goat V3's performance and power. In this segment, we're going to break down what the motor is capable of, check out the acceleration, hill climbing, and of course, see what kind of top speed we can squeeze out of this beast. This bike runs on a 2,000 watt nominal direct drive hub motor with 3,000 watt peak power output, paired with a 50 amp controller. That combo alone sets it apart from most e-bikes in this price range. With all that current flowing from a battery that charges to 71.4 volts, the Motor Goat is designed to deliver serious torque and maintain top performance, even under heavy load. All right, we're rolling now, and wow, you can feel that power immediately. Just the tiniest twist of the throttle and it pulls. Not in a sketchy way either. It's smooth, but you can tell it's packing some real punch. It doesn't feel like an e-bike trying to keep up with traffic. It feels like it wants to lead it. And what's wild is how quiet it is. All this power and barely a sound from the motor. Let's head into this incline. Yeah, no hesitation at all. Still pulling strong. You really don't need to think twice about hills on this thing. When it comes to top speed, this motor doesn't disappoint. With a 190-pound rider on flat terrain and minimal wind, we hit 44 miles per hour on GPS, and the onboard display even showed a bit higher. This isn't your average 60-volt setup. It's supercharged thanks to that overvolted battery and a no-nonsense controller. And that means you're not just hitting speed, you're holding it. No drop-off, no fade, just smooth, consistent cruising. I keep forgetting this thing is technically a bike. Like you're flying down roads, barely using half the throttle sometimes, and it's just effortless. Acceleration is super satisfying. It doesn't yank you, but it's got that low-end torque that makes city riding a blast, especially from stoplights. So whether you're launching from a red light, climbing a steep hill, or just cruising wide open, the Motor Goat V3 has power where it counts, and it delivers it with confidence. This might just be one of the best motors we've tested in this price range. For the acceleration test, we set up on flat pavement with a 190-pound rider. Here's what we got. From a dead stop, the Motor Goat V3 hit 20 miles per hour in just 4.9 seconds. This is a speed e-bike, not a torque e-bike. It has high speed, but you sacrifice from torque. All right, we're about to hit our hill climb test. This hill is a full mile long with a 12% incline, just enough to really stress a motor. Throttle only, no pedaling. Let's see what the goat's got. Over a full 1 mile hill, the Motor Goat V3 held an average speed of 22 miles per hour, which is seriously impressive for a single hub motor bike, especially one pushing over 100 pounds of weight. And here's the thing, this bike uses a direct drive hub motor, which usually isn't ideal for steep hills. They don't have the low-end torque advantage that geared motors offer at slow speeds. But the Goat powers through thanks to its 50 amp controller and the high voltage system that keeps the current flowing even under load. It didn't overheat, it didn't bog down, it muscled up the incline and kept pulling. The motor stays quiet and the power delivery is super constant the entire way through. When you've got a 109-pound e-bike that can hit motorcycle speeds, brakes are not something you want to cut corners on. Thankfully, Goat Power didn't. The Motor Goat V3 comes equipped with 4-piston hydraulic disc brakes on both wheels, paired with oversized 203mm rotors. And trust me, you can feel the stopping power. The front brakes got an aggressive bite, and the rear will lock up if you stomp it. You've got to respect them. This setup is no joke. In our brake test from 20 to 0, the V3 stopped in just under 20.3 feet. That's solid, especially considering the weight and speed this thing can carry. It's not just about how fast you can go, it's about how confidently you can stop. The Motor Goat nails that. Now let's talk safety features. Up front, you've got a powerful LED light with high and low beams. Out back, you've got an integrated brake light that gets brighter when you pull the levers. Plus, working turn signals and even hazard lights, a rare touch at this price point. And yep, it's got a horn. It's not obnoxiously loud, but it gets the job done when in traffic. With powerful brakes, great nighttime visibility, and built-in safety systems, the MotorGoat V3 isn't just fast, it's also smart. You feel in control, and that's exactly what you want when you're riding something with this much power. Alright, let's talk about something that gets oversold way too often: range. Now, if you're expecting some up to 60 miles fairy tale on this beast, you're in the wrong video. I ride these bikes the way they're built to be ridden: fast, hard, and real. I'm not out here on pedal assist 1 trying to squeeze out every last mile. I don't test range that way because honestly, who buys this kind of bike and rides it like a beach cruiser? You're buying this thing for the power, and we are going to use it. So we ran the V3 under high-speed mixed-use conditions. That means throttle for most of the ride, some pedal assist, zero effort to conserve power. The final number? 21.2 miles. That's not a fantasy. That's real-world range, from a full charge to the battery cutoff riding like most of you actually will. And yeah, it's a shorter range than most mid-drive bikes or geared hub bikes, and there's a reason. First, this is a direct drive motor, which means less efficiency, especially during acceleration and hill climbing. Second, this bike is heavy, over 100 pounds with the battery in. That weight doesn't just disappear, especially when you're pushing it hard. It's the price you pay for torque, top speed, and silence. You charge it up using the included 4-amp charger, and a full cycle takes about 6 to 6.5 hours. And if you need more range, the good news is the V3 is pre-wired for a second battery. You can just bolt it on, plug it in, and keep the fun going. But it will cost you another $750. So while the MotorGoat V3 won't win any long distance awards, it will let you ride hard for 20 plus miles without holding back. It's range that matches the bike's energy. Shorter, but stronger. Let's talk build quality, because power means nothing if the bike falls apart under you. Thankfully, the MotorGoat V3 isn't just a torque machine. It's a well-built tank that actually feels premium when you're on it. First off, the frame is solid. It's a heavy-duty aluminum alloy with clean welds and no sketchy flex when riding. You can feel that stiffness, especially when cornering at speed or hitting bumps. It's not trying to be lightweight, it's trying to be strong. Everything on this feels overbuilt in a good way. The mag wheels give it that motorcycle vibe, and importantly, no spokes to bend or break. You never think about wheel trueness. It's just solid. The bars are wide and give you good leverage. The throttle feels tight and responsive, and the switches are surprisingly nice for this price point. The color LCD display is clean and easy to read even in direct sunlight. You get real voltage readout, pedal assist levels, trip data, and more. It's not flashy, but it's functional, and that's what matters. The grips are just okay. They're not super cushy, but they're textured and don't slip when your hands get sweaty. The brake levers are metal, not plastic junk, and the signal switchgear actually feels more motorcycle than e-bike. And the seat, honestly, it surprised me. It's wide, soft, and even has a little lip on the back to keep you planted when you hit the throttle. I've ridden e-bikes twice the price with worse saddles. You could ride this thing all day without destroying your back. Is it the most comfortable seat? No, but it is comfortable enough. You've also got passenger pegs, solid cable management, and a chain tensioner to keep things tight. It's all simple, but well thought out. This bike wasn't just built to look aggressive, it was built to take a beating and keep going. Bottom line, the MotorGoat V3 feels like a finished product, not a slap-together parts build. Every component matches the bike's purpose: strong, stable, ready to rip. Alright, no bike is perfect. While the MotorGoat crushes in a lot of areas, there are definitely a few things that could be better. First up, the weight. This thing is heavy. 109 pounds with a battery in. It rides fine once moving, but getting it upstairs, loading it into the car, or moving it in tight spots, that's a workout. Second, the stock tires. They're decent on pavement, but they're slick and don't give you much confidence on loose terrain or wet roads. If you plan to ride in the rain or hit dirt trails, definitely upgrade to something a little more aggressive. Also, the turn signals don't blink. They just stay lit. I mean, they work, but they don't flash like a normal signal, which might confuse drivers behind you. And then there's the whole pedaling situation. Let's be real, you're probably not buying this thing to pedal around, but if the battery dies and you have to pedal, it's not fun. The long cranks, heavy frame, and low gearing make it feel like you're dragging a dead body uphill. Also, direct drive motors aren't fun to pedal when you run out of battery. So yeah, it's not a lightweight commuter, it's not great off-road out of the box, and it's not a bike you want to pedal home if the battery runs dry. But for most people buying this bike, those aren't deal breakers. They're just things to keep in mind. So after spending real time with the MotorGoat V3, here's the bottom line. This thing is raw, powerful, and built to rip. It's not a casual cruiser. It's a mini motorcycle in disguise. It's not about how far you can go, it's about how hard you can go while riding. The torque hits, the top end feels unreal, and the overall ride just makes you want to twist the throttle again and again. Yeah, it's heavy. Yeah, the range isn't endless. And no, you're not pedaling it for fun. But that's not what this bike was built for. It was built to accelerate hard, crush hills, ride fast, and look damn good doing it. So if you want a serious moped-style e-bike that delivers muscle, speed, and durability for around $2,750, this thing's a steal. The MotorGoat V3 is built for riders who want to go hard without spending Super 73 money. And if that sounds like you, this might just be your next ride. This is E-Bike Reviewer. Smash that like button if you found this helpful, hit subscribe for deep dive e-bike content, and drop a comment if there's a bike you want us to review next. Catch you on the next ride.